Welcome to some Heat Talk. And today, some interesting news was reported by Sham Sharani regarding the Miami Heat free agency, which is a pretty low bar. Anything is interesting news when it comes to Miami Heat player acquisition and free agency. But Sham Sharani reported at 2 p.m. yesterday Miami Heat guard Duncan Robinson is declining his $20 million early termination option to become a free agent and will work with the franchise on a deal to return or a move elsewhere. So Duncan Robinson had this weird contract where he had an option where he can opt to remain on the team and remain with this current contract that is 1 year no matter what to make $9.9 million guaranteed. He had to make this decision prior to July 1st, prior to free agency opening up. And then if the Heat were to keep him on the roster through July 8th, after he would have opted into that 9.9 guaranteed, the Heat would owe him 19.9 million guaranteed to play to play this season, for the upcoming season. So Duncan Robinson went the other route and said, I'm going to test free agency and most likely ultimately try and get a larger deal, because he probably knew the Heat weren't going to keep him for $19 million for the next season on that 1 year deal. So he smartly elected to go to free agency. But what I think actually happened, in my opinion, I guess you could say, is with a wink and a nod, the Miami Heat told him, go to free agency. We'll give you a 3-year deal at $10 million, $9 million, whatever it is, and you'll be back on the team. But you'll get a longer term deal with guaranteed $9 million. You're not going to get the $20 million you were guaranteed next season or whatever, but at least you're getting a contract for 3 more years to play in the NBA. That's what I think. That's what I think ended up happening, because I don't see Duncan Robinson pass. I didn't think he was going to pass up on that $19.9 million. And sorry, and he's been inconsistent. He's been in and out the lineup for the last 2 to 3 years. He averaged 11 points per game this season. Played 74 games, 39% from 3, which is all that matters. He's our shooter. He's our guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's been in and out the starting lineup. He gets in the starting lineup for a little bit. Then he's put in Spojo and doesn't even play. And then, he's one of those guys that worked his way up through the Miami Heat and was a dog, worked his way up, showed what he can do for the team, earned himself a contract. And that's what the Miami Heat do. They pay these dudes that prove themselves with the Miami Heat, and he got paid. And honestly, I think they're going to pay him again, because this is what the Miami Heat do. And what I'm for is, I want to move off Duncan Robinson, because not moving off of Duncan Robinson just ties the Heat back into running it back. Because if you sign another player after signing Duncan Robinson, you're over the luxury tax. Which the Miami Heat don't do, especially in this position. And I don't see them moving off of Terry Rozier anytime soon. I mean, that's near impossible. And who knows what's going on with Andrew Wiggins. But whether it's a sign and trade or letting him go to a different team, I'm for Duncan Robinson going to and just not being on the team next year. He has value. I see value in Duncan Robinson. I see why other teams will see value in Duncan Robinson, obviously. He's a shooter. He shoots. He shoots at a high clip. When he's hot, he's hot. But honestly, Duncan Robinson is another tie to 2019 to 2024. And I'm tired of 2019 to 2024 being the same damn players. Running it back. And my brain needs something where it's like, okay, this is new, this is fresh, let's try this. Whether it's, just Seth Curry or something different. My brain just needs something different. And Duncan has to be the sacrifice, it looks like, because, not signing Duncan or trading him will give the Heat, 14 to 12, that mid-level exception, $14 million to go out and sign someone else, a different type of role player, someone similar to what Davion Mitchell got, 2 years, $24 million. That's what the mid-level exception gives you, those type of players. And yeah, I'd rather have Duncan be sign and trade, because a sign and trade would give you a couple second round picks, hopefully. Won't give you another player. Or you can sign and trade and get another player out there from a different team that wants Duncan Robinson and still going to trade another player. You could do that, which I'm all for. It's either moving off him and sign and trade him for another player that they see value in. But I can't. I mean, it's a hard subject because I like Duncan Robinson. I like Duncan Robinson, but I'm tired of running it back. And Duncan Robinson just means you're going to run it back again. I need something fresh. I see them signing Duncan Robinson to 3 years, a 3-year deal worth $10 million. Tim Reynolds even said Duncan Robinson is indeed becoming an unrestricted free agent. Though a new 3-year deal to keep him in Miami is not out of the question, it's not finalized, but an idea that has been floated. I mean, that's exactly what I think. Miami has a history, a pattern of paying these players and keeping the players that they're comfortable. That was the word floating around Twitter. That they're comfortable with, rather than moving to a new player that might be a question mark for them, and they don't know how he will produce and what he'll bring to the team. As Duncan Robinson, you know what he'll produce for a team. He'll give you a couple 3-pointers, and he'll allow a couple points on the other end, and he'll get hot one of these games, and lead the team to a comeback or something. But what was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought already. Yeah, but the Heat have a pattern of signing these dudes. They tried to sign Caleb Martin. They signed James Johnson, Deion Waiters, Tyler Johnson. They gave all those guys the contracts, the guys that proved themselves with the Miami Heat and showed they could be a pretty good player in the NBA. So, Duncan Robinson showed he could be an average role player in the NBA, a pretty good role player in the NBA, and the Heat are comfortable with him. I think they're going to sign him to another 3-year deal. Told him, we're not going to pay you $20 million next season, so you might as well come to free agency. We'll give you 3 years, $10 million, and you'll have a long-term deal and remain in the NBA, or have a remaining contract of $10+ million for the next 3 years. That's what I think it's going to happen. They could sign and trade him, like I said, to a team that, where the Heat need to get involved in order for him to go to another team, which I think is the best option. Let's try to get the sign and trade Duncan Robinson, get those second-round picks that are apparently very valuable nowadays, because Kevin Durant, 5 second-round picks involved in that trade. I don't know what's going on in the NBA right now. Colin Sexton got traded for no, he didn't get traded for a second-round pick. Colin Sexton was given, and a second-round pick was given up for Yusuf and Nurkic earlier today. That's what it was. Couldn't trade Duncan Robinson or something. Whatever. I don't know what's going on with the Miami Heat. But I'm for Duncan Robinson taking a walk, going somewhere else, because I need something fresh. And sorry, Duncan has to be the sacrifice for that, but whatever. I don't know what the Heat are going to do today. Free agency opens at 6 p.m. I have no clue what the Heat are going to do. Don't think they're going to do anything to start the free agency. Our biggest move would be moving off of Andrew Wiggins and seeing what you can get for Andrew Wiggins. That's what's going to make or break this offseason and running it back or not, is trading Andrew Wiggins, because Terry Rozier is impossible. And I see us signing Duncan Robinson. So Andrew Wiggins, Heat fans, that's what you have to look for. Trading Andrew Wiggins. Other than that, there's nothing else until free agency opens up. Then it's going to be all hell broken loose. You already see the LeBron reports. See what happens with Giannis. See if the Knicks try to hire Don Staley. We'll just take us Heat fans. We're just going to take a seat back and watch the whole NBA burst into chaos while we are just stuck in the same spot we've been stuck in for the last 4 to 5 years. Simple as that.